Cześć, to jest pierwszy film, mam nadzieję, z cyklu. Dzisiaj naszym gościem jest Chavaughn Lewis. Ja będę rozmawiać z Chavaughnem po angielsku, ale Wy będziecie mieć na dole napisy, tak żebyście wszystko zrozumieli. So, Chavaughn Lewis, born in New York, USA. For many Poles, it is a country of dreams, you know. So, can you tell me how your basketball story began? Was it your dream, your parents' dream, you know, how it started?
Well, I will give the credit to my older brother, you know, because I started out playing tennis, sport-wise. You know, I was really good at tennis. My father put us into tennis, and it was something that I kind of gravitated to, and I became really good at it. But then my brother was he's four years older than me, and he started playing basketball with the team. And you know, as a younger brother, you want to do everything that your older brother does. So I would always be doing tennis, but looking over my shoulder, what is my brother doing? And then it got to the point where I started playing basketball, but not on a team, right? And once I had the opportunity to play on a team, now I had to choose because, you know, it was only on the weekends, and then tennis was on the weekends, basketball was on the weekends. And I chose basketball, and my dad broke down crying. He started crying, and he was begging me. He's like, why, don't, no. And I was like, no, Dad, I want to play basketball. And it was a heartbreaking moment for him, you know, but for me, it was I wanted to follow Big Bro. So I started the journey, and I never looked back.
So how old were you when you started?
So when I actually started playing for a team, I was 9 years old. You know, it's crazy on how the story happened and that's why I always tell kids now, you never know who's watching, because every day I used to go down to the park by myself with my brother, and I would just be in the park by myself shooting. You know, and sometimes the older kids would be playing, I would try to play, and they'd be like, nah, you can't play, you're too young. So only when my brother was there, they would allow me to play. But this one guy came up to me and was like, hey man, I was in the park by myself, and he's like, hey man, I always see you out here, and you're really good. He's like, you ever play for a team? And I said, that's my dream. He's like, you want to? He's like, hey, well, what house do you live in? And you know, my number one rule from my parents was don't ever give, you know, don't ever tell nobody where you live. Yeah. What happens in the house stays in the house. So for me, I was like,
Struggling.
I was like 5J, you know? And then he was like, he understood, and he was like, all right, well, you let your parents know, and next time you see me. But he ended up just coming straight to my house. And I was scared because I didn't know how my mom would react. So when he knocked, I was in the couch waiting. And then my mom and him talked, and he told my mom, hey, there's a team that we have access to if your son wants to play. We have tryouts next weekend. So my mom looked back. She said, you want to play? I said, yes. And she's like, okay, we go to tryouts. So I had to go to the store. We got some sneakers, and that was the start of my journey. I made the tryouts, and that was my first time I wore number 40. My mom was 40 years old at the time when I first started playing, so that's why I embraced it. And my brother's favorite number was 4, and I was an underdog, you know, so that's where the number 40 came from, just to give you a little idea.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Yeah.
So that was when you were 9, and later, in 2015, you took a part in NBA draft. What can you remember from then? How it was? Can you describe it?
You know what? That was an interesting moment, because the start of that at the end of my career, at the end of my college season, now you're trying to enter camps and stuff for the pre-draft and things like that. The camps that I wanted to get invited to, I was like honorable mention. And I'm in the middle of practice one day, practicing, and then we get a phone call from the Portsmouth Invitational, like the top seniors in the country get invited to. And they called me and said, hey, we want Chavaughn Lewis, but we start tomorrow. And it was in Virginia. So my coach was like, drop your thing, drop the ball, go in the locker room, change, grab your stuff, and we're gonna send you to the airport and you're gonna fly. I'm like, holy shit. So I had to, one thing to the next, jumped on the plane, went to the Portsmouth Invitational, and I killed it, right? I did a great job, and that was the start of the journey. After that, I got invited to try out for the Toronto Raptors. That was my first tryout, and that was a wake-up call for me because, that was the first time I realized that you always have to be 100% prepared. You can't wait to get prepared. You got to stay ready, because that was a brutal camp, like just conditioning wise. We just no water. It was just straight work nonstop. And then after that, a week later, I got invited to Philadelphia, like a invitational tryout. And Philadelphia made me go through like 4 trials just before they even considered me to join the training camp. So for me, it was a little frustrating because it was like, what I gotta do for you to believe, So I went through one tryout with a group of guys, and then they kept making me go with better guys, until I got with like the Kentucky guys and the Okafers and stuff like that. And once they see me perform there, they was like, okay, we're gonna bring them to training camp. When I got to training camp, I had to go through a 20-man cut. It was 20 guys now, and you had to get through that cut. I got through that cut. And then after that cut was for Summer League. So that was the cut for Summer League. So it was like only 8 guys only 8 guys made the cut. So I'm like, whoo, I'm gonna be playing in Summer League. There's 5 guys on the court, 3 guys on the bench. They have to sub me in. And then that's when I got the wake-up call of what the political side of things is, because I only averaged 3 minutes that Summer League. And, the GMs and the staff, they took me aside and was like, hey, we see that you look a little flustered on the bench, we understand that you want to play, you deserve the right to be here, that's why we put you here. But they was like, listen, this is a marketing business, and you play for a mid-major college, and you didn't play March Madness, so the fans don't really know who you are. So we can get a lot of backlash if we put you out there. But in my head, I'm like, I earned the right to be here. If you just give me the opportunity, I could prove to the fans that I'm deserving. But that was the part where it's like, that's not how it works. And then the next year, so frustratedly, I told my agent, hey, listen, I don't want to go to any more summer leagues I don't want to go to any more tryouts unless teams are serious about me. So I started my first year in Lithuania, and in that summer, I got invited to Detroit Pistons, right? So they didn't want me to do no tryouts. They was like, straight to summer league. I said, okay, cool. I got there, the first 3 days, I didn't get to play because I didn't release my FIBA clearance, right? But the NBA, they don't care, right? You better be sitting and watching what's going on. And the way the NBA works, they're only running plays once or twice. They're not repeating it over as play 1. If you got it, you got it. If not, play 2, play 3. So I'm on the sideline, and I know from the coaches that I had previously that you better be locked in. You always got to be ready. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching everything. So day 3, they finally got my clearance. Now they immediately, hey, get dressed, get on the court. I got on the court. They expected me right away to perform, and I knew everything. I knew all the plays, I knew my position, I knew everything. And I started performing really well. Then that was when Van Gundy and Jeff Bauer was the main staff at the time, and they came down to watch me. And then the GM came over, he separated the guys. He was like, hey, I want to meet with Chavaughn. So I sat with him, and I'm thinking, good news. I've been playing well, He sat down, he told me, he said, hey, we came to watch you because we heard that you was performing really well. But listen, I just want to let you know that don't have any expectations, because we have to play the roster players, and you might not play. So I don't want you to get your hopes up, and then when the time comes, you get disappointed. So I'm just letting you know. And I was like, listen, I've been through it before in Philadelphia. Listen, I know what the situation is. I'll be ready, whatever the case may be. And then I don't want to say luckily, but this is why you always got to be ready, because one of the main roster guys, one sprained his ankle, and then the other one broke his back. So that was my opportunity to play, and I got 13. I think I averaged like 13 minutes. And the experience was amazing. So that was kind of my journey. I learned a lot. Even though it was just summer league, you actually got to see what it's like to be a part of the NBA, how detailed they are, how they operate, just how they take care of the players medically, financially, just everything you got to really see, even the players and just how they are and how they interact, and just the nature of the NBA was super, super interesting to be a part of.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was a
so
long,
yeah,
long story.
more than only the draft, but that's pretty amazing.
That was my
yeah.
NBA experience.
Yeah, and after working with some G League teams, you made move to Europe, like you said, to Lithuania. And how difficult was making this decision from your perspective, going across the ocean, to a foreign country, living there?
It's crazy because, when you're in college and you're going through the process, this is when you realize how many guys that play overseas lie, right? They tell you, oh, I made this amount of money my first year, I made this, I did. So now my hopes is getting up, oh, I'm gonna make 100,000, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna make that. And then as soon as I got to the airport, my agent sends me the contract and it was 30,000 for the year. I said, what the fuck? I'm on the phone, I said, I'm not getting on this plane. I'm going back home, I'm not getting on this plane. He's like, hey, I'm telling you, man, it's not about the money. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you save. So I'm like, 30,000. It don't matter how much I save. What I'm gonna do with this, And then I call my brother. I say, yo, I'm leaving. I'm going back home. My brother's like, hey, man, listen, this is an opportunity for you. Forget the money, because I had a son at this time as well. So for me, financially, it was important. And my brother was like, hey, man, just go and I went and. It was a good decision going, I'll tell you that.
Okay. We've heard from your wife, she was talking about you going to the gym for like 3-4 hours at a time, and she was joking like, who likes the gym so much? So what it is about the gym that you can spend countless hours there?
It's a safe space for me. I always say the basketball was my first love because it doesn't talk back, it doesn't question you, When you tell it what to do, it does it, And whatever you give, you receive, So for me, it's just it's a safe place where you have no worries. When I'm in the gym, is nothing on the outside matters, And then, like I told my coach, I said, I don't know math, I don't know science, I don't know history. I know basketball, because it's just something about the sport that is just, ever since I was a kid, I used to watch TV and then just go to the park and stay in the park watch like how guys used to do moves in the NBA and then go to the park for hours and just practice the moves, over and over again. So for me, it's just, and I don't even notice the time. Sometimes she brings her computer now and she sits and does her work, but for me, it's just a place, it's like a sanctuary.
Yeah, and I saw on your Instagram, and we talked about it like months ago, I think, that you not only going to gym like for yourself, but you're coming to practice of young boys and you're helping them. Like, that's really amazing. Can you say something about that?
It's basically how I was raised. I was raised behind coaches and people who just they get, like I told you about the guy who looked out for me when I was in the park and got me onto a team, that was so important for me, that any opportunity I have to share my knowledge or to help somebody out, especially when you see a player that actually cares about the game and they want to get better, just seeing that, there's something about it that makes me just want to help, I always bring my kids to the gym, even like in the States, it's illegal to bring certain age groups and they allow me to, maybe because I'm a professional, but I see how much it influences and impacts my kids from just seeing me work and seeing me perform, and then the tips that I could give them, I see how it impacts them. So for me to be able to go out and help somebody else and give somebody else's child, even the child, the opportunity to learn from somebody like me is no better feeling, So I try my best whenever I can to give back.
Yeah, I'm sure. So let's talk about ZG for a minute. Before coming to Zielona Góra, you were a part of a championship team in the Mexican League. Then you found out yourself in a team that was fighting for relegation in the last few seasons. What led you to decide on choosing ZG? How were the team's goals communicated to you by the coach and management?
Once I seen the offer from ZG, I didn't know the history of like the lack of success. The only thing I remembered was when I was here in Poland, what Stelman and Zielona Góra meant to Poland and to me in my perspective. So for me, when I actually seen that they need help, I'm like, oh, this would be a big deal for me to come bring the culture that they're used to back, you know, because I've made a career out of helping the little guy get seen. You know, all my teams from Lithuania, we was the lowest budget team. We ended up playing for third medal. When I went to Sloops, the same situation, wasn't getting paid. Our budget situation was broken. The team, we was trading players every couple weeks, every month. And we still was able to go to the Final Four, you know. And then when I went to Lublin, we weren't expected to do anything, you know, and then we made something happen. And then as I went on, when I went to VTB, I was with Kalev. That was one of the lowest budget teams in the VTB, and we made history there. You know, everywhere I went, it was kind of even from high school, it was kind of a routine of helping the little guy get seen, you know, and just taking teams that didn't have any expectations and building them up. So I kind of embraced the role, and I seen the opportunity to help a team and a legacy like Zielona Góra to get back to what it was. And I was like, no, this is what I do. So it matched. So I was like, you know what? If it's not broke, don't fix it. So keep it going. And then when I spoke to coach, he explained to me, you know, we don't have any leader. We need a leader. We need somebody to take control in situations where we need that. And for me, that, like I told you before, I don't like to play without a challenge. I need a challenge. I need something to push me and motivate me, because it's one thing to just compete and it's another thing to dominate, you know? So for me, I'm big on dominating, and it was an opportunity where I say, you know what? I can push my potential and I can challenge myself to see what I'm really capable of and what I've learned throughout these years and what I can give to this team. So if I'm able to come here and turn things around, that'll be amazing. So that was my decision for coming here.
Did you talk about coming to ZG with Walter Hodge, because you played together?
Of course.
Yeah.
He was the first person I called, and he was like, hey man, you're gonna love it. He's like, the people there, the fans there, and like I said, I already had my ideas, but hearing it from him, somebody who is looked at the way ZG looks at him and who developed this respect and this love here, hearing it from him was like, okay, if he's saying it, because you hear the negativity, you hear the stuff people say about. So when you can get an honest opinion from somebody who you really have a relationship with and a bond with, you know, that solidified it for me, for sure.
So greetings for Walter Hodge now. Yeah,
Walter.
maybe he's watching.
Yeah, for sure. He's always tuned in. I spoke to him like probably last week. I spoke to him. And, you know, he's always watching everything that's going on. Even when he seen we advanced, he commented on the post. He's like, good job, bro. So, you know, he's always tuned in.
Yeah, okay. So, we started with Lithuania, then Estonia, Poland, Russia, Israel, Venezuela, and Mexico. We are now in Poland, but I want you to be honest.
Dubai, we forgot the Middle East.
Dubai,
yeah,
sorry.
We forgot the Middle East.
Yeah. So, where did you feel the best, you know, like living, playing, generally?
Living-wise, I would say the Middle East was the best for me. But Poland did something for me. Poland, I would say, was the most overall comfortability I've had. You know, in Russia, the VTB was the best league that I played, like the most fun I've had playing because of my role, and then just playing with the caliber of players I was around, former NBA players, all just big talents. You know, every night was a fight, was a battle, and it took the most out of you. But Poland, for some reason, just all around, you know, it was comfortable. I didn't have to worry about anything safety-wise, you know, being here, you know, nature-wise, it was good getting away from New York and just the city life. To come to a country that's has this kind of vibe was more calming for me. And then financially, coming from New York where everything's so expensive, coming to the zloty, that was a big difference for me. So it just checked all the boxes for me. And then basketball wise, I enjoyed myself thanks to Coach Roberts, who coached me in Sloops. You know, he played a big role in me enjoying my time in Poland. So Poland was the most overall that I enjoyed because basketball was good. Finance, obviously we wasn't getting paid at the time I was supposed to get paid, but just overall, it was the most comfortable for me, I would say. But in regards to basketball wise, I would say VTB. Living wise, I would say the Middle East. But overall, I would say Poland was the best.
That's a really good answer. Yeah.
It's a truthful answer. I wouldn't lie about that.
Now we see that you are here with your family, with your wife, with your sons. Do you always travel abroad with your family? I know your the oldest son is
home.
Yeah, is home. So.
So in the beginning years, no, I didn't. I always, sacrificing, letting my wife work, but then when I got to Russia, I was in Siberia and in Estonia. I mean, in NSA, sorry. And I was like, I can't do this on my own. The culture was different, it was a culture shock when I was in Siberia. So that was when I begged my wife, like, all right, quit your job. I'll pay you what you're making at your job just to be with me. Whatever it takes, I need the kids, I need to see their face. Being away from my oldest son, that was affecting me a lot. So I was like, no, listen, I can't be away from you guys no more. And once I started bringing them, I seen how much it impacted me and how much better I started playing. I was like, nah, I'm gonna take them everywhere with me. So that has been a blessing, as time went on, my oldest son was able to spend like half the year with me. So half the year he did homeschool, half the year he did regular school. So for me, it created a vibe on the court that it became addicting, So I kept bringing them every year.
Yeah, okay. You told us a little bit about this, but I want to, hear some details. In 2018, your team was playing in VTB as well as Zastal, then Stelmet. Do you remember playing against us? Do you remember any players from that Zastal?
Yeah, of course. That was actually one of the turning points in my career in Russia because that was the game that I ended up leaving the team in Russia because we was playing and I had one of my best games that time, but we was beating Stelman by like 20. And then I remember in this fourth quarter they came back, and I was so eager to play. And my coach subbed me out with like 1 minute left. And I was the only one that was kind of going. And I was like, damn. And when I got to the bench, my coach heard me say, damn. He's like, you're finished, you're done. I said, damn. I said, coach, I never say nothing. I'm the quietest guy on the team. I'm always good vibe. I said, why? The first time I said so, he's like, no. Now that I understand in Russia, certain words that you say in English mean something different in Russia. But after that, I ended up right then and there. I knew that was it with the team. I figured the coach needed somebody because it was an upsetting loss the way Stelman came back and beat us. But then on the positive side, I was able to, that day I went out with Koshadek, and we got to know each other. And then at that point we spoke about, potentially me coming to Stelman at that time. At that time I received the offer, but I was a little hesitant because obviously the situation that was going on at that time. But yeah, I remember playing against Stelman really well, and that was the time when I got to bond with some of the guys that was on the team at that time because we all went out together and was able to hang out. If that answered your question.
Yeah, sure. So there are many factors that go into a successful season. Some that you have influence on, like your physical shape, the intensity you play with, and some that are beyond your control. The environment, the fun, the atmosphere in the team. Tell us what is the most important for you to feel comfortable during the season. What help you and your team you play for at the highest level?
I think the most important thing for me is the vibe amongst the team, because these are the guys that you're gonna go out with every night and go to war with. Or obviously not really war where it's do or die, but in the competitive sense. So for me, the vibe of the team trumps everything else. You know, what's going on with the fan base, with the coaches, with whatever that's going on. If the vibe of the team is healthy and good, that's your safe space. So for me, it's important to make sure that I get along with all the guys on the team, you know, and that there's just a positive environment for me to flourish and do my job. Because obviously if you're in an environment where you're not comfortable and this guy doesn't like this guy or this guy's talking about this guy, it can get a little distractive, and then it's hard to perform in that type of environment. So to know that there's a good, solid group of guys, character-wise, I feel like that's the most important thing for me as a player.
Yeah. In this season, I saw you a bunch of times goofing around with Phil, with Jay. I think you are like group of
characters.
Yeah. Do you have any? You know, like I know you. You like spend time with Voro for sure. So let's talk about
what's
these
interesting?
guys.
You know what's interesting? This picture, I know the camera can't see it, but this post that this young lady did, I just want to show you this last post.
Yeah.
This right here shows me everything of what I am to the team and to the players, you know? Because you asked one question about who's your favorite on the team, and honestly, I can't say there's one favorite, you know, because in this situation, I may enjoy this guy. Like with each guy, there's a different, like you see the characters of the guys I actually hang around with, but Pat is a character, you know? Andy's a character, you know, Fifi's a character, Shuli's a character, Shumi, everybody has a different vibe that contributes to the overall vibe of the team. So everybody is just, you know, just having a relationship with everybody and just making sure that as the older guy, everybody trusts me and feels comfortable with me. And like I said, I'm not for everybody, because I challenge, even though you see the vibe, when we in practice is I'm challenging guys, because I need to know that you're gonna be ready. We could joke all the time, but you're gonna be ready for when the war comes and when I really need you. So we can have fun and all of that, but we only can have fun if I know I can count on you when that time comes. So all the guys have passed the test in regards to me, and you know, I have amazing relationships with each and every one of the guys, thankfully.
Okay, coming back to basketball life, what's the best thing about being a basketball player?
The camaraderie. I think about it all the time. Like, what am I gonna miss the most? What do I need to embrace now that I'm gonna miss when it's all over? And it's that locker room vibe. You know, it's something that you don't get to experience at a regular 9-to-5 or working. The competitive nature and being able to be around guys, good guys that you can embrace, you can spend time with, you can enjoy the jokes, the talking shit, the laughter, all of that stuff. You know, that's the best part of being a basketball player, is the chemistry and the team vibe that you get from just being a part of something, you know.
And the worst thing of being a basketball player?
I would say is sometimes you feel used and abused, you know, the expectations, you know, sometimes you don't feel human, you know, you feel like an object. Actually, to elaborate on that, my situation in Estonia, that was my turning point in understanding that I'm not a basketball player, I just play basketball, you know? I had to deassociate myself with that, because a lot of us, we idolize the idea of being basketball players, and everything that's revolved around it impacts us, you know, tremendously. So for me, that year I got injured, I tore my hamstring, and I seen there was no more messages from Instagram, you know, the ladies didn't like you no more, the friends wasn't looking out for you, the team was having huddles and starting practice before you got to the gym. You know, things like that was happening, and that was when I understood depression at that point, because that was the lowest I've ever been. And I was like, why do I feel like this? And it was like, because of basketball? because I'm not feeling accepted or appreciated through basketball. And that's when I was like, nah, I'm more than just a basketball player though. So right then and there, I kind of deassociate myself from being a basketball player and understand I'm just talented enough to play basketball. And once I did that, you know, my career and my life kind of took off.
Okay.
So that would be the worst. The worst part is just feeling like an object, like a machine, like not feeling human. I would say is the worst part of being a basketball player.
But I hope in Zielona Góra, in here, you feel like human, like really, you are like a rock star here.
Yes.
Yeah, always coming last from the card
Oh,
because of the fans.
So that's what makes it all worth it. You know, the way my situation is here, you deal with a lot of frustrations. I would love to play a lot more, you know. I would love to be able to dominate a lot more. I feel like I have so much more to give to the team, to the fans, just to the whole league. But I still feel like it, but then when you see the impact that you have on the guys, the young guys, the fans, the amount of people that you inspire, the amount of people that come to the games just to get that vibe and that feeling from you, you know, that became more important to me than anything else. So regardless of the fact that I still feel not human, like a machine, or I get treated like a machine sometimes, I feel that love that makes me feel human from the Zastal fans. So I really highly appreciate that.
Okay. You grew up in New York, which is obviously a way different city from Zielona Góra. Could you tell us about some things you like more during your time here in Poland, and about things you miss from your hometown?
To start, I would say that the first shock that I had was the mentality. You know, like when I first came here, like I told you before, you know, in order to lead an environment, you have to understand the environment. So when I came, I'm looking around the gym. The gym is quiet, you know, guys aren't talking shit, guys aren't competing, guys. And I'm like, you know, coming from New York, you don't get any respect unless you're able to compete, or you have to get battle tested or prove yourself, you know? So for me, it's like, why aren't guys trying to prove themselves? Why aren't guys like fighting and competing for minutes or for... That was one of the biggest adjustments, and that was on the court. Off the court, I would say, is the food options, you know? In New York, you know, there's all different kind of cultures: Polish, Russian, Indian, Jamaican, African, everything you could think of. So you're getting tastes from all over the world, you know? Anywhere you go, you can go get Asian food, Indian food, African food, whatever you want, you can get. And in ZG, you have the cultural options, but not in ZG, I'm saying like in Poland, it's the Polish way, you know?
Yeah.
Even though you may have some Asian food, it's the Polish way of Asian food, or you know, you may have some Italian food or Spanish food, but it's the Polish way. So that's the biggest adjustment, I would say, that has been on the court and off the court compared to being in New York. Besides that, everything else is kind of smooth sailing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we all remember your situation when you were looking for a good restaurant.
I'm like, somebody help me, please. I don't want to cook anymore.
Yeah. So, where did you eat your meal then?
We went to Berlin.
Yeah.
We had to drive. I was trying to avoid the drive because my wife doesn't drive, and I'm like 2 hours. But you know, she was sick of cooking, and I'm like, all right, just to get her to quiet down a little bit, let's go to. And we actually had some good Japanese food in Berlin, so you know, it all worked out.
Okay. So that's an important message from ZG restaurants.
Or we just need to create our own restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
We
We need investors.
and let me manage it.
Okay, I will do marketing, you will
I'll
do
do the
management. Yeah. We are
We'll figure
good.
it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
DM us.
Investors, we're ready. We got the game plan, the business plan, whatever you need. We can figure it out. My wife is Dominican, I'm Jamaican. We have all the cultures we need to create a great restaurant.
But not in Polish way.
We'll figure it out.
Okay. I know that would be some tough topic, but you've had some rough luck with injuries this season, missing a few games. First with your thumb, and then the collision with Miłosz. Like you said, you still feeling it. Yeah. So how do you deal with these injuries? What do you do to stay in the rhythm when you have to pause for a few games?
I kind of view it from a standpoint of what's the lesson, you know, because everything happens for a reason. I feel like, and for me, it's like, okay, this is a minor setback, but this is also, like I said, I enjoy challenges, you know, so when I get a little out of rhythm, it puts my back against the wall, and it forced me to get in that mode where, okay, now you got to go sit in the gym for a couple hours and just bond with the court, just find that vibe again and that feel again. And then obviously in a professional setting, you would expect the practices and the training and situation to find a way to help get you back. But in most sense, you're on your own, you know, when I said about feeling like a machine sometimes. And this is one of those situations where I now have to figure out how to get back in rhythm, how to fit back on the team, how to, you know, not interrupt something that's might be going good at the moment. So it's a battle, but it's a challenge in itself that I try to view from a positive standpoint on, okay, how can I overcome this? You know, and then those small wins turn into big wins. And then you see, okay, damn, by me overcoming this guy, you know, like I shared this, Pat grabbed me after the game yesterday and he was like, hey man, this past couple of weeks, I developed a whole lot more respect for you. And we didn't get into details because we were still celebrating, but I understand what he's saying, like the way I'm handling the situation, you know, most players will sit and be upset, oh, I want to play, I want to, you know, but the way I handle the situation is mostly positive, you know, so everything you do is impacting somebody. So I try to view everything from, no matter how much the ego gets in your mind, I try to view everything from just as a challenge standpoint of how do I overcome this battle.
Yeah, as you told, like you are one of the oldest player in our team, like, but in general in league.
Yes.
So is it even possible to go through the season without injuries?
For me, yes. I feel like, and like I said, thank God it wasn't any serious injuries. You know, these is injuries that, like I said, I could have played through the thumb, but for me, it's not about me and it's not about the ego. So if I'm 70% or 60% because of an injury, I don't feel like I should step in the way of somebody else that's 100% and can give a little bit more or better than I am, but I'm just gonna stay because of my ego. No, so for me, sometimes even I could have played through the injury, I think about the team first. And it's like, I'd rather help the team than hurt the team. So thank God there haven't been any serious injuries, but for me, I take really good care of my body. And the one thing, like when I see like guys that I play with in Sloops as coaches of Gdynia, you know, Sloops, assistant coach, and guys that I play against in the refs, when they see me, like, oh my God, you look better than you looked then. So taking care of your body is the main thing. That's something that I really take pride in. So my whole career, I've been able to be healthy. I've had little minor injuries here and there, but nothing ever serious that, you know, would result from my age or anything like that. Thank God.
Okay, so because of your injuries, you had the chance to watch some games from the bench. How is it, you know, like you're very sporty, like you love to playing. So how it is like just to watch?
It's tough. It's super tough. But when I was younger, I would say it was a lot more tougher. You know, now the mission is different for me. You know, so for me, being able to watch is a way of me saying, okay, how did I impact, right? Did my impact work? Did me coming here work, or did it not work? You know, because obviously before I came, the team was playing without me with the same group of guys and they weren't able to win games. You know, now they're playing without me and we're getting the job done. So for me, it's kind of a proud dad moment where it's like, okay, now, if you watch the games in the beginning when Pat would score, you didn't see celebrations. Now you see Pat. sniping people, you know. So for me, it's like they get it, you know, they understand. So it's bigger than me playing, and now it's more about how can I impact and influence and inspire those that get to experience me as a person on the court, off the court, as a teammate, as a spectator, you know. So that's what it's about for me. So basketball-wise, it's hard to watch, because especially last night, like shit, the environment. Oh my God! I looked back at my wife and I was like, yo, I want to be out there. Like, oh my God, this is the environment I want to play in, you know. Yeah. But you know, it's happy to just see the guys be able to live through it and see that my impact makes a big difference, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned Pat. I was talking to Pat when he was pausing because of his back, and he said like it was more stressful to watch because you don't have any control on the game. Do you feel the same?
So that's the thing. Like for Pat is viewing it from a younger me perspective, right? Me, I'm looking at it. How impactful are you? Can you still influence the game without being on the court? And that's what judges me. That's how I judge myself in regards to how talented you really are. You know, can you impact the game without scoring, without being on the court, without, you know, just a little spark? And to see the impact, it for me is like, okay, that's the control that I have. How can you control the game without being on the court? Okay, by making sure this guy is mentally balanced, making sure this guy's not thinking about the last shot he missed, making sure this guy trusts himself and is feeling super confident. So for me, I feel like I have control in other ways. You know, it might not be directly in dribbling or shooting, but you know, having kids, you see, you have an impact regardless.
You watch your vlogs during the cup, and you mentioned when they introduced Dwight that you need some dogs on this team. So now, if you had the chance to watch the Anvil game and now sit back a little bit and watch the guys do it, do you think we have some dogs on this team?
What do you think?
I mean, I know my answer.
Yeah, listen, for me, it was like, it was a point in the season where, you know, guys are just, coach is a polite guy, right? He's not the guy to get guys going. And then we have a bunch of polite guys on the team, you know, guys that are just super nice, super calm-mannered. But we needed, you know, in sports, the politeness doesn't really work. You know, the guys that are elbowing guys, the guys that's pushing guys on the floor, the guys that's picking up. You know, people look at technical fouls as a negative thing, but I use technical fouls as a positive thing. You know, sometimes you got to get that emotions riled up and going for, you know, the mentality to follow. So that was my message of saying, like, we need some dogs on this team. Like, we need guys that are just, you know, ready to run through a wall and not care what nobody thinks about it, you know. And now, I mean, it's showing, you know. You see last night, you see guys, the energy, the mentality, you know, it's fun to watch. So I'm having as crazy as it sounds, I'm having a good time watching it, you know. So yes, we have some dogs now, for sure.
I want to show you something. We talked about it yesterday for a little bit.
I'm scared.
Yeah. So this is the video.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey guys, my name is Chavaughn Lewis, and I'm here to show you guys why I'm officially Estonian. First word. Sadridruk. Okay, close. Sadrid.
Yeah, like we told you, it's
depressing.
It's really sad from today's perspective. Yeah. But I don't show you it for no reason.
This was a depression. This was a time when everybody was just trying to do something, you know, to just create a vibe or create some joy for everybody, because that was, go ahead, I'll let you.
So, do you remember any of these Estonian words?
You see how much I was struggling, man?
Yeah.
My brain was immediately in like reboot mode, like, come on, get this out of here. So now I definitely don't remember any of those words that I was practicing.
Because after all, the quiz was supposed to prove that you are actually Estonian.
And that was my second year, you know, being an Estonian. So they was hoping that maybe he
knows some words. Yeah. But there is a reason that I showed you that video because I want to play our version of this game, and I will show you 2 words or phrases in Polish, and your job is to try say them out loud and find out which one is a basketball term and what it means.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes. Spad.
Sad.
Sad. Glonski. Glonik. Glonschnik.
Głośnik.
Glosznik.
Głośnik.
Głośnik.
Okay, so which
Głośnik.
one is basketball term?
Głośnik. Damn.
Yeah.
Spad.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
You know what I thought spad was? Like what you were talking about? Sit. Not close
Okay,
enough.
next one.
Oh shoot. Biorka. Wataku.
Zbiórka watagu. Very good, very good. Yeah. And second one?
As servisowi.
As serwisowe. Yeah. Really good one. So which one is
Am I
basketball
Polish?
term? Yeah.
No. All right. Let's see. All right, come on.
Let's wait till the end of this quiz.
This one. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. What
So
am I doing?
maybe you're not proper.
Maybe I'm not even an athlete.
Oh, that's tricky, I think.
Okay. Kaziarka. Koziarka. Spalinova.
Kosiarka spalinowa. Yeah, that was close. Yeah, and the second one? Yeah. RZ.
Prevchit. No, this one. Va abroni.
Przechwyt w obronie.
Oh. Say it again.
Przechwyt w obronie.
Prevchekfit.
Przechwyt
Przetfit.
w obronie.
W obronie.
Yeah. Which one
What
is
you think it
basketball?
means?
Yeah. What do you think it means?
Basketball player.
The first one, yeah?
Yeah,
Kosiarka
player.
spalinowa. Basketball player.
No.
No? I think it was it happened like you thought that it is, but he laughed, and then it was no.
All right. We'll say. All right. Yeah, I'll go with basketball player.
Basketball, and this one, okay. Maybe you yeah. So
Team Steel. Lawnmower. Holy shit. This is terrible. Let's end it. Oh man. It gets harder and harder.
maybe I didn't say that it will be easy.
We did. Zedrul. Oh my goodness.
Przedłużacz. Przedłużacz.
Du.
Przedłużacz.
Żad. Oh.
Przedłużacz. I'm loving this.
Żad.
Przedłużacz.
Przedłużacz.
Amazing.
All right.
And second one.
Dwutakt.
Dwutakt. That was close. Dwutakt.
Dwutakt.
Which one is basketball term?
Dwutakt. Dwutakt, for sure. See, okay.
One.
Okay, I might be.
One.
Might be
First
Polish.
correct. Okay, I think that's the last one.
I think there's 2 more.
2 more? Okay.
Rzut
Rzut.
wodny.
Rzut.
Rzut wodny.
Rzut wolny. Yeah?
Rzut wodny. Rzut karny.
Yeah. Amazing. Like, you are Polish.
This is chicken.
Chicken?
This is food. This is
I don't know.
This is basketball.
Okay. This is basketball and this is chicken.
No. This is food. This is basketball.
This is basketball, this is food. Up. Bob sporty. No chicken, no food.
Wait, so zoot,
it's yeah.
what does that mean? Because it's the same word, but two
Like,
different.
yeah, I don't know why we say in Poland like rzut karny, like penalty kick. It's kick, but you have to throw it. Yeah.
Ah,
Means throw.
Yeah.
Free
so throw kick means it's like throw kick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a soccer term, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that it's actually
Yeah.
now that you mention it.
Yeah, because I'm like zoot,
Yeah.
zoot,
Rzut. Yeah.
and then it's completely two different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You would think it would mean free kick or free throw, like free kick and free throw, or penalty throw, penalty kick, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Okay.
that's Polish.
Well, it's definitely not food.
We didn't question it. Yeah, it's not
It's
food.
definitely not food. I seen the
Carne?
Yeah, because chicken is karku. What is it?
Yeah, chicken. It's kurczak.
Kurczak.
Kurczak. Karkówka. You follow karkówka. So I think that's last one.
Dogrywka.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Żółta. Karka.
Żółta kartka. Dogrywka, żółta kartka. Which one is basketball? Tatuś.
This one.
This one is basketball.
For sure.
Congrats!
All right,
Yeah.
so what's the score?
I think,
2 out of
yeah,
6.
yeah. but your pronunciation
It's good.
was, yeah, amazing.
So that could give me
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
for sure. For sure, I mean, I spent more years here than, right?
yeah. And I hope you like some sweets because
All
we
right,
have
come on.
Polish sweets
I
for
d-
you
I
to
don't
try
like sweets,
out.
but let's do it. I only know.
I saw you.
okay.
I saw you like 2 hours ago with a coffee, with
Oh, and okay.
with cream.
Yes, those kind
and
of sweets.
chocolate.
Okay, I love chocolate. So
There is a lot of chocolate.
okay.
Yeah.
When I say sweets, I mean like cake.
Okay.
Cause I love chocolate candy. Like CG, when we switched cars, he's like, "Hey, you left some chocolate Nutella candies in the car." So I love chocolate. All right, come on, let's try this. Is this Polish? It's like a Polish.
Yeah.
They're all, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First, my wife is gonna see this tonight. If I'm a little, it's because of.
If you would like some to take home, yeah, feel sure, feel
Free.
yeah. So
Oh, look, he wants some.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, he can chocolate.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
smart.
he can. Okay. Ciastka, pieguski.
You know, there's a cookie in Poland that, well, from the Milka brand that I got addicted to in Poland. Excuse me.
Tętle.
That has the Nutella inside.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Poland destroyed my life with that. with that one and the ghost candies. You know, with the white on the back of it is like colorful, like colors, and then there's like white on the back, but it's ghost.
Is it gummies?
Gummies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. 'Cause every time
Yeah.
I go into the Zabka, it's sold out. So
Okay, so let's try this. You can put to
Okay.
the plate if you.
yeah, this is close to home. I'm okay with these.
Yeah. Okay.
This is an easy eat. But nowadays, I can't even enjoy snacks because as soon as they come in the house, the kids. This is how the kids are, like this.
Delicie. It's orange.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky. So are these like popular Polish snacks?
Yeah.
Do you love all of these?
Yeah.
Most of them. Yeah.
This is the one thing I know, and because of what's my Nordy. Because of Nordy, they have like weird flavors, like not weird but different combinations that I would be like, I don't think I'm gonna like that, and I try it and I'm like, oh shoot. So this reminds me like of the orange with the chocolate. Let's see. You see? I immediately thought, oh, this is gonna be bad. But this is actually, I could do this. Wow, orange with chocolate, I never thought it would be good.
That's the most popular flavor, I think, of Delicje.
That's weirdly good.
Looking at all of these, did you have anything before? or no?
Yeah.
No. Killian gets this after every practice.
Yeah? So you tried this?
I've tried that. He forced me to try this one. He's like, Dad, this is amazing. It's my favorite.
Yeah, so now that's like, you liked it? Or?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, okay.
This is like Kit Kat, but it's kind of different.
Yeah, because it's Polish brand.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay. That's pretty
See,
chocolate.
these are the kinds that I would not go for. But then I want to try it to see. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wouldn't go for this neither, but it was pretty. You don't want to die, buddy. Come on. Okay, yeah, this is easy. This is easy eat. Yeah, it's easy.
Better than
Yeah.
Kit Kat.
You know what? Usually the candies taste different, but this kind of tastes similar.
Okay.
I feel like the American candies have too much sometimes. Like even when I taste Miranda versus Fanta, you taste Fanta, it's like a boom in your chest, and the Miranda's like, ah. You know, it's like, so this is a lot easier to eat.
Jeżyki. Klasyczne. Classic
How do you say
jeżyk.
this one?
Jeżyk.
Jeżyk. Jeżyki.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
Little hedgehog.
Oh, hedgehog.
Jeżyk. Yeah.
Jeżyk.
Bartek was really happy when I brought this home. Like all kinds of good sweets.
You love this. Is your favorite too? Okay, so we're gonna see. Let's see if he has good taste.
Yeah.
So far, the orange one was. All right, creative guy. It's good.
Yeah.
I didn't think this was gonna be good neither. I seen the fruits with the chocolate. I usually don't go. What's raisins too?
Yeah. Raising nuts.
Good job, Jay.
Okay, so it's one of like the most Polish candy. Michaszki.
Thank God we won yesterday and we don't have to go on the road because we got some
Michaszki.
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 You said this is straight chocolate.
Pretty much. It's
Yeah.
like a chocolate taste, I guess.
Okay. Dark chocolate or
No.
Yeah. I don't like this.
I see why, but it's good. But I can see why, like the texture.
Yeah. It's not my thing, but he loves them.
I can see why. You know, like I can see why.
Not because of the texture.
So far, listen. If I didn't like it, I'd have took a bite, and so far I ate everything already. So
Maltanki. It's a biscuit in chocolate.
okay. Sure. I want there to be something that I don't like, so I can like All right. What's this one? What's it called?
Maltanki.
Maltanki.
Krakowski maltanki.
Maltanki. Like a peanut butter cup.
No.
Oh, it's because I was eating that.
Yeah. I think so. It's
Maybe I
it's like just the dark chocolate, I think.
You gotta give me something nasty. This is okay.
So this is like lemon, orange, pineapple,
What is it, like hard
and
candy?
Raspberry. It's jelly in chocolate. So you have pineapple, orange, lemon.
Pineapple is my favorite, so let's go with this. This is gonna get tricky.
Yeah,
You think so?
that's my favorite.
Oh, so maybe not.
Yeah.
So even if it's not good, I have to act like it's good. Okay, let's see. I don't even know how to open it. Oh, this is tough. But it's weird. It doesn't taste like chocolate.
No.
It tastes like a gummy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's like a gummy.
we say galaretka w czekoladzie.
Okay, this is all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna eat more, so I'm not
Can you
gonna
say
finish
it?
Say it again.
Galaretka.
One more.
Galaretka
Galaretka,
w czekoladzie.
chocolate. Wait,
W czekoladzie.
chocolate.
Tak. Mieszanka krakowska. Mieszanka
Mieszanka
krakowska.
krakowska.
Yeah.
Easy.
Recommended?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
But it just tastes like pineapple. It doesn't taste like chocolate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Same. It's just like gummies.
Orange. Yeah.
I don't taste the chocolate. Let me taste the red. I think I'm not gonna like this one.
Raspberry? You don't like raspberry?
It's raspberry and chocolate.
Oh, that's pretty amazing.
For real?
Yeah. We
Do you agree?
Yeah, we even brought like raspberry in chocolate, like raspberry fruits in chocolate. And that was amazing. You don't like it? Oh, you
See,
like?
no.
Good.
It's like a gummy. Like when you taste the chocolate at first, it's like But they all taste like gummies. They don't taste like chocolate. It feels like just a gummy. Let me try it again. See, yes. When I taste the chocolate, that's when it. But then after the words, it's just like a raspberry gummy. Okay, I can see why you guys like this.
Okay, so this one is really close to this one, but
Is this like a Twix?
nope.
No?
Nope, it's really more like this one,
Okay.
but in
This is my sugar for the day. I can't drink no more juice after this, nothing, just water for the rest of the day.
it's in dark chocolate.
And I hate dark chocolate. And I'm dark chocolate. Okay. Not something I would go after, but I can see people liking this.
Pryncypałka.
Principalka. Easy money.
Here you go.
If I hang out with you guys a little more, I might, I might
Yeah,
start
you
talking Polish.
would be fluent, I think.
And they have to give me a passport.
Yeah. Polish nation team is waiting.
Oh, I'm waiting too. That would be amazing.
Dope.
That would be amazing. Gotta win the championship here, huh?
Yeah. So, what was the best one? Jerzyki. Okay, so you can bring it home.
It's interestingly the best one because looking, I thought that was gonna be the worst one. Honestly, I thought that one and this one was gonna be the worst one, and those were, excuse me, two of the best ones.
The best one. Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
These were interestingly good too. You see, I didn't want to. They were good to the point where I'm like, all right, let me not eat all of this because we'll be in trouble later.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good choices.
Okay.
Good choices. Good
Thank you,
job.
Chavaughn. I
Thank
hope you had really good time.
I had a good time. I hope you guys have a good time. You know, yeah, the great questions. I had a good time. Hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah, sure.
I told you before, you guys always have the cool questions and the cool interviews. So
Tak, także to był pierwszy odcinek być może z cyklu. Piszcie, jakiego zawodnika chcielibyście zobaczyć na moim małym balkonie, ale jak widać dużo może się tutaj dziać. To byłam ja, Asia Nawlicka. No i co? Obserwujcie, lajkujcie, komentujcie i widzimy się niedługo.
You gotta ask me that question again that you do at the end of every interview.
Okay. But I will ask who will win. Okay? Kto wygra mecz?
Zastal.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
He's learning Polish as well.
Yes. No, I know Polish.
Yeah.